Good afternoon, everybody, or evening. Well, just giving the girls some afternoon tea. They're all arguing over who's going to eat it. Well, Rebecca still hasn't had any kid yet. She's still got a little bit of bagging up happening, but she's not got a full bag up happening. So, and her side seems to have disappeared, so I'm just not sure. Princess did butter the other day. As you can see, they get a little feisty when they're eating. Princess still isn't bagging up, so I really don't think she's pregnant. I don't know what the deal with her is. Marbella's definitely got her strength back. She's doing the queen of the herd thing. She's the alpha goat. Although I'm not entirely convinced that she's completely healed from her case of mastitis. So I haven't put her back with my little buck yet. But I probably will soon. I need to take her back to the vet. But Rebecca is the question. Because if she doesn't kid this time, I think I'm going to have to sell her. And I may have to sell Princess too. Because I really need animals that are going to produce babies. And produce milk. Because I was really relying on Rebecca, who's a dairy goat, so that I could get Melody back into kid, so that she could be freshened up and have fresh milk again, because it's nearly been 12 months since she had a kid. I'm not sure exactly, I'd have to check back, but I'm just noticing it looks like the bulge on the side of her belly is back. Ah, yay, the kid must have just moved into a different spot, so it wasn't showing out the side. Oh, I am relieved. So hopefully, I mean, I don't think she's going to kid in the next 12 to 24 hours, because if she was, her udders would be really filling out, and they're not. They've got a little bit of filling out happening, but not a lot. Sorry, plane going overhead. So yeah, she's got an udder happening, but she's not bagging up. I had thought she may have lost the kid, because I couldn't see the belly. The belly had disappeared, but the kid may have just moved into a different spot. So yeah, but she should be due soon. But I think she's only having one kid, which is, I'm still happy with one kid, because one kid will make milk. I'd be really happy if Miss Princess would have her baby, if she's pregnant, which she may just be fat. I don't know. But I've had her for a very long time, and she hasn't given me any kids yet. And the whole reason I got her is because she's a good cross between a boar goat, which is a meat goat, and a Saanen, which is a milk goat. So she should produce good babies and be able to feed them lots of milk so they grow quickly and strong. I'm looking forward to being able to get Marbella back into kids soon. Need to organise an appointment with the vet for her, so that he can check her over and give her the all clear. But it definitely looks like Rebecca's still got her kid. I was so worried that she'd lost it. Because the girls tend to be a little rough when they get some food. And even if I put their food into 3 different buckets, or 4 different buckets so the Melody gets some, they still kick and butt and carry on like little pork chops. Trying to figure out who's the boss. Goats are funny. But Marbella's got a lovely coat on her at the moment. But yeah, gotta keep a close eye on Rebecca. I am pleased to see that belly back again. I'll be even happier when those udders really start to bag up. Which usually happens about 12 to 24 hours before they kid. Which is what it's called when a goat has a baby. But yes. Anyway, there's the update for today. Any comments, questions or suggestions? Hopefully my dairy goat will produce a kid for me soon, so I can get some milk. She's a lovely goat. Well, she's not really. She butts and she carries on, and she's just an irritating goat most of the time. So, but I'm really hoping that she'll be able to give me some milk soon. But not holding my breath. I haven't put Melody in with the buck yet, Because ideally I'd probably like to give her dry her up and then give her a month before putting her with the buck. But I might not. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Some people will actually put them in with the buck and milk all the way through the pregnancy. I don't want to do that because I just think it puts a little bit too much strain on her system. And I don't want to stress out my goat. But everyone seems to be doing well. They're all happy. Just moved them into a new bit of pasture this morning. So I moved their electric fence. So I'll be putting the chickens where they were, because they nicely mowed the grass for the chickens, which was very nice of the girls. The sheep do a better job of mowing the grass, but I don't have the sheep in an electric fence at the moment. So the goat's net is about the same size as the chicken net. So it means that, because chickens don't like long grass, like this grass is too long for the chickens, but the goats have chomped that area down nicely. So the chickens should be quite happy with that. They're happier if I go over it with the mower, but my ride-on mower is not working at the moment. I need to take it to the mower repair place to get a new belt on it, because it's the drive belt this time. The other belt we can replace, but the drive belt is too high up and it needs to be up on hoists. And I have no clue how to do that. But yes, the goats are happy. Happy goats. I'm looking forward to when I've got more trees growing around the paddock so that they can have some shrubbery in each paddock when I move them to it. So, yes, I have one organised and ready to go. I really need to plant some more trees, but I need to, hang on. Yes, I really need to have more of these little tree, shrub, herb gardens scattered throughout the paddock so that the animals have more browsing material, because goats are really browsers. They prefer to eat anything that's above their shoulders. But I need to grow some more mulberry trees before I can do that, mulberry is one of my favourites to grow because it'll grow from cuttings, as will elderberries, which is that one, as will quite a few other trees actually as well that I'm planning on planting out for the goats. So yes, I want to make it so that there's at least one or two of these little gardens in each paddock. At the moment I have one, and I should be able to do, I think I worked out it was about 16 little paddocks in this big paddock. So I need to have 16 to 32 little gardens, preferably surrounded by IBCs just to give them a bit extra protection and extra water, because water is the other issue. So I need to save up some money to be able to buy some more IBCs, which I can get for $80 each, if I get 8 of them at a time. It takes a little while to save that up, especially when I keep trying to buy more animals. And I want to get another cow. I really want to get one that's actually in calf already, so that I can have a little calf and get some fresh cow's milk. I'll be really excited when that happens. Not that we drink a lot of milk, but we do eat a lot of cheese. So I want to be able to make my own cheese. And butter. I want to be able to make my own butter. So yes. But yeah, so I need to plant out some more of these. So I need to get some cuttings. I've got 4 other mulberry trees in the on the property. That'll be really good for taking cuttings off. Plus I've got 2 more trees that are ready to go in the ground. So I need to prepare areas for them to go in. As I've just recently moved the chickens from here, I can probably sort out a garden, 2 spots in there actually, where I can put some mulberry trees and some elderberries, especially as I've only got another few months before coming into spring, or another month before spring starts. Ooh, yes, not long at all. Month and a half. I'm midway through July at the moment, so I've got a month and a half before spring. But what I should actually do is put cow manure, wood chips, which is what I've done here. I put a layer of cow manure, then I put some wood chips, then I put mulch down. And I could just do that, put those spots in the 16 different spots in the paddock to prepare it for when I've got the cuttings ready to go in there. And as the animals in this paddock don't tend to free range anymore, they're only in their little paddocks, then I shouldn't have too many problems with them being chomped up when I don't want them to be. But I can put some fencing around them too, just to protect them. But yes, I should do that. That's a plan. There you go. Yes. Because it takes time for a tree to grow. They don't grow overnight. Although this particular mulberry I had a long branch that I cut off one of the mulberry trees out the back, and I stuck it in the aquaponics less than 12 months ago. So it's actually quite a large tree that is getting a multitude of new shoots. So we've got some lovely new leaves coming up there. Mulberries are deciduous, so they drop all their leaves in winter. So I'm not all that worried that this looks pretty dead at the moment. Give it a month or so. Definitely in spring, it's going to look absolutely brilliant. It doesn't have a lot on it at the moment, but there are new shoots coming. There are new shoots coming. I'm really pleased with how well this is doing. I wasn't sure how it was going to go coming out of the aquaponics, because a lot of times when you grow things in the aquaponics, they don't like being in dirt because they're used to being in water. And they don't cope so well with not having as much water and nutrients. But this seems to be doing really well. I have been watering it sporadically. The first week or so that it was in, month or so, I think I was watering it pretty much every day, just giving it a 20 litre bucket of water, just to give it a bit of a head start. But yeah, it's doing really well. I'm really, really pleased. So I need to get some more cuttings of mulberry trees and just get ready to start planting them. I'm just going to need to do it to get this paddock sorted. The other really big advantage to mulberry trees is they're a fire retardant, and because of the tea trees, which are a native and I'm not allowed to actually cut them down, council laws, I'm a little concerned about fires, because there have been fires in the areas before where somebody delightful has gone and started a fire, and the tea trees just go up really, really quickly because they've got a high oil content. So my plan is to plant a lot of mulberries around that, and as well as, I think it's comfrey and aloe and a lot of succulents over in that area just as a fire retardant. Not only that, but comfreys are really good for animal forage as well. So lots of plants. But I love mulberries, I love mulberries, I love mulberry trees. So yeah, and they just produce a lovely amount of shade, and they grow very quickly. So that's another advantage to mulberries. They're a really good hardy tree. I've also got some moringas that I'm going to be planting out. So yeah, I've started some of the seeds upstairs in the bathroom, of all places, but it gets a nice amount of sun. So yeah, got to plant out some of my moringas. I've been hesitant to plant them out because I've had one that I planted out and it just got, actually no, I had 5 that I planted and they got completely attacked. So I've been hesitant on planting them out. I've got a couple under bird cages at the moment. If you look back in previous videos, you'll see those. Sorry, it's not a very interesting picture, just looking at the elderberry and the half-dead mulberry. I could at least be showing you the chickens while I'm talking and babbling on about stuff. But yeah, the chickens are doing really well. They need to be moved at the moment. They've been in this spot for a little bit too long. I should probably check to see if there's any eggs before I go upstairs, actually. But yeah, I need to move the electric wire that's around the fence before I move the chickens. I need to do that tomorrow. So yeah, but this area will be nice and ready for a couple of tree gardens to be planted in, and some herbs to be planted around it. And I've got some pigeon pea to plant out. Pigeon pea is a fantastic nitrogen fixer, which is a good fertilizer. And having nitrogen fixing plants growing around your trees is really, really useful because it helps the tree grow better. It's like it's constantly getting fertilizer. So yes, so planting some pigeon peas, some comfrey. I've got some raspberries that I want to plant out too, and we're thinking we might plant those along the fence line along the driveway, which has just been all fixed up thanks to Shane. He's done a wonderful job of tightening and tensioning this fence. So yes, we don't want to grow things on the boundary fences of the property, but the fences along the driveway, they'll be a good trellis to grow raspberries on, and I'll be able to trim them and all that sort of stuff, and that'll be good forage for the goats as well. There's my Spot, my little cow. I love my little cow, although she gets a little excited sometimes and bellows all over the place, skips all over the paddock. It's quite funny. But yeah, anyway, if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, any questions about tree guilds, putting trees together that are going to make it so that they grow well together, good herbs to plant around your goats and your chickens, yeah, any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below, and have a great day. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below. I think I said that already about 6 times, sorry. Anyway, have a great day. Bless you.